Welcome to Encounters, the late night UFO talk show with your host, Commander Elion. Welcome everybody to the show, and we have a great show tonight. We're going to have a lot of people here, I'm sure, as usual. And if you're just tuning in, watching, this is the late night show, Encounters, everybody. And good to have everyone out there around the world with us. The official #1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media. And I'm your host for the night, always, Commander Elion. Hopefully coming in a little bit will be our co-host James, our spiritual cosmic advisor Grace, and all of the great people all around the world here watching Encounters right now. Welcome. And, we love always talking with people. We do this every night. We talk with people about visitations, and so many people all over the place have shared all kinds of various visitation stories with various types of extraterrestrial intelligence. We've had people talk about sightings constantly here, sightings happening everywhere, right? So it's a really great thing to hear those stories as well. And we also help people here. We've gotten times when people come on here and we end up having to take a break and really help them on a very cosmic level. So if you're coming from all over the world watching us now, and there's a lot of people doing that, it's this show called Encounters. I'm with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I've been working with the command before there was any internet websites and all that jazz that was, about. I'm also a contactee from the 60s for everybody around the world viewing the show. So I've had direct contact with human ETs that look just like us, very, very spiritual beings when I was in the 60s, early 60s. So hello, everybody coming in everywhere from around the world. I also do a show called The Cosmic Eye for all our hundreds of new viewers out there around the world. And I do that every Sunday, 11:30 to 1. And I've been doing that for 20 years. So that's like my cosmic connection on radio with the Ashtar Command. And we get into all the different realms, discussions, and so forth. So this is Encounters. We are happy to have all the people everywhere coming all over the place to watch our show tonight, as usual. And I hope you'll enjoy the show. You'll stick with us. I know there's hundreds of different people doing live on the TikTok mode. And we hope you'll find that this is actually a talk show, or not debating, having a debate game, or playing, whatever it is that people do. So welcome to the show. And good to see everybody here. Shaman Storm. JJC3, good to see everybody, all the people out there around the world. We do acknowledge everyone coming in here. Johnny Miller, good to have you with us. We just shared our last night's show, which was phenomenal, and you can find that on our Ashtar Command Spaceship News on YouTube. So we've shared that on the YouTube channel. If you missed the show last night, you can watch the whole show from last night, and we do that with every single show we have here. So welcome. And we have no idea what's going to happen as usual. The beautiful part of this show is I have no idea what's going to happen. It's very spontaneous. Anyone who's watched my show for a long time, since I've been on TikTok, you'll know some of the best UFO talk shows are right here on here because it's spontaneous. We don't know. We have people coming on here who've never been on a TV show about UFOs, a talk show, and they share their experiences for the first time. We get them out of the shyness, the shyness mode. That's what we do, So welcome, everybody. And we had a fantastic show last night. Miss Daniels was on. We helped her in a lot of different ways in terms of some healing. We had to do that. We really needed to do that for her, and we did. Thank you, Susan. Yes. We definitely like to be spontaneous, and we have one of my moderators in Ashtar Command, local people with our C5 group, Chesno. Good to have you with us. Thank you for that heart with the smiling face. I like the heart with the smiling face because that's a happy heart. So we appreciate all the gifts people give us during the show. We really do. And we thank you for all coming in here. We're going to amp it up, We got to just amp it up here. So please share. Share with all your cosmic friends. Gummy Granny, good to have you with us, everybody. Anchor Ann, thank you for the hat. You know, I feel like I'm in one of those movies with that hat. So thank you. You know, and yeah, so we appreciate the beautiful comments. You know, we really do, because everybody here is beautiful. You know, this is one of the unique things I find doing a UFO show, and even on my radio show, is that we treat everybody, all the contactees, all the people that have been abducted, all the people that are having sightings. This is a place where you can share your stories and not be hit over the head and say it never happened. You know, 30 years ago, a lot of that was going on. 30 years later, I can tell you things are changing a lot. You know, so it's really good to see everybody in here. We're going to be sharing our show with everybody too. We got to do it. You know, so we're going to start with the A's. So you've just gotten in here. You have not missed anything. We're going to do 15 people in the A category and see what happens. So I'm gonna challenge everybody to do what I'm doing. I do 12. I've got almost 15 people I'm going to send to that I'm on here live, our TV show. So we do that. We're going to do that right now. And we'll see how many of these folks are actually on. So we hit about 15 people. If you're just getting in here, you have not missed a thing. Guaranteed. The commander is just letting everybody know. Kit Kat, thank you for the heart. Those hearts are great, man. I love the hearts. You know, so we're going to amp it up here. We're going to bring more people in here. We have all kinds of folks all over the world watching the show. We're glad to have them with us. Always. Ah, yes. Always, always, always. So I'm going to see who can beat me out. I'm doing 15 friends at a time. I bet I can beat every. I'm doing 15 friends at a time and inviting 15 people at a time on the show. So let's see who can beat me right now for the fun of it. We invite all kinds of people. And we're going to go now in the random thing of the C's and the D's, you know? We're just going to keep on doing it. So right now, we've done over 45 people. I've invited 45 more people. I bet I'm going to beat everybody out on that, huh? I think we're going to do it. Whoops, what happened to my... Oh, we had the green screen disappear. And we're back. It's back. Whoops. And we're going to still invite some more people here. We're at 67, man. I'm gonna challenge every single person in here to invite at least 15 people. I'm just gonna randomly invite tons of people in here. So I'm just doing a random thing. Oh yeah, we're just gonna keep going here. Just a little bit more. And another. I think we're almost there where we want to be. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the show. We're just buzzing along here, inviting hundreds of beautiful people out there around the world to our show. Hello, David, everybody else coming in here. Hey, Delaware. Hello, Judy. Kit Kat, thank you for the roses. I appreciate it immensely. Everyone coming in here, I do acknowledge every single person around the planet Earth. It'd be great to have every country represented in the whole cosmic realm. So welcome, everybody. And one of the things we like to do on the show is if you've had a UFO sighting, have never gone public about it, or if you're having currently some UFO sightings, or if you are being visited. That's right. If you're being visited by space people, star people, extraterrestrial intelligence, however you want to put it, you can join us live if you have 200 plus followers now on TikTok. Isn't that amazing? When I came on, you had to have more. You had to have 1,000, 200, and you can come on the show. If you have 1,000 followers for newbies, you can actually come on the show live with your camera on and share your visitation story, your sightings that you're recording, your things you're seeing in the sky that are not from this world, right? You can actually participate, be a participant in this great cosmic broadcast, which you are a part of. Or you can buy Ashtar Command pins. Good evening, everybody. A lot of new people coming in. My moderators are here. We got the good show going, and we hopefully will interview some people tonight. I know we will. This is the beauty of it. I never know who wants to be interviewed. We want to definitely get some new people in here who want to go on the TV show, who want to be interviewed. And once we do that, that will be kind of cool. Because I know there are people that have not been on here yet to be interviewed. But they will have their chance. Always. With the commander. We did make Ashtar Command t-shirts a while ago, and we might just make those again. Hello, Game Greek Exports Tournaments. That sounds interesting. Welcome everybody coming in here. So if you're new to the show, it's interesting. Bashar was talking about nuclear war. I was listening to another General Anka thing with Bashar the Esasani. And the Esasani, Bashar, was talking to a whole group of people about the idea of nuclear war and about Earth. And what basically Bashar said, which is true, that if we were to try to use massive nuclear weapons and shoot them off, that the ships would just turn off all the electric facilities at the nuclear facility plants, the missiles. That they definitely, he was talking about what I already knew, that, and this happened in the 60s during the Cold War, that the space people were very tuned in to intervening when we were going to use nuclear weapons. Now, people say on the universal law that nothing can be done. In the case of us being crazy and having people that are crazy to shoot nuclear weapons off, to say they're going to create peace by nuclear weapons, the galactic levels would always intervene on that case. They do. And they will make sure we don't use nuclear weapons. So that's important to understand. I remember all the times, when you would go into school, you see these signs, a nuclear fallout shelter. These were black and yellow signs. I don't know if they're still in schools anymore around the country, but they were nuclear fallout shelters. Now, who in the heck came out with that idea? Okay, there's a nuclear bomb going off in so-and-so state. Everyone get into the nuclear shelter and you'll be okay. Right? Wrong. A nuclear bomb isn't gonna, you can be in a school in a basement. You think that's going to protect you from a nuclear bomb? So the galactic forces, and Bashar talked about this in one of his most recent topics, He said they will not let us, and I know this from the Ashtar Command perspective, ever use nuclear weapons because it would tear a fabric in the universe. When I say tear a fabric, it would actually affect other planets, other dimensions. It really would. That's what millions of people don't understand. You know, other planetary systems would be affected by the reverberation effects of that nuclear weapon going off. Just one major weapon, no less two or three. All right. So it's really important to understand, and you never know when I get on here where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. So I keep you on your feet. You know, we got to do that. So when he brought that topic up, I was watching Bashar's video the other day about this. It just reconfirmed everything we know, is that our space brothers don't want us to blow up our planet. Our brothers and sisters from other planets don't want us to do that. And of course, we should not be trying to do that. Even if we weren't trying to do that, we'd be ending to doing that anyway. As a matter of fact, they should have never developed what they call nuclear weapons on Earth. But the good news is those weapons would be dismantled in a nanosecond. You see? Yes. Good evening, everybody. Can I ask why they didn't stop the use of the A-bomb in World War II? They didn't have any idea that we were going to have this A-bomb in World War II, which was the hydrogen bomb. But when the hydrogen bomb went off, nobody knows this, that's when the galactics came in. That's why all of a sudden there were big sightings over Air Force bases with nuclear silos that were activated. And they'd come in and shut every one of those nuclear silos down. How many of you know that? Have you heard of the term EBO before? Can you explain? Please come and get to know them in Malaysia. Are a bunch of UFOs in Penang Island. In Penang Island. Interesting. So David, you want to come on the live and tell us about this? David, I think it's David Lilly 777. You can come on now. You have over 200 followers. You can come on with audio. And if you're in Malaysia, you can. We picked out a person here that I thought was very interesting on encounters.
Yeah.
Hey, David.
How are you?
Yeah, you're on the show here. I was reading your comment.
Yeah.
You're in Malaysia?
Yes, I'm a Malaysian.
Oh, great. Nice to have you with us on our show Encounters. Welcome.
Yeah.
So tell us about Malaysia.
Malaysia is a two-weather country. It's a rainforest and also hot sun.
And tell us about UFOs in your part of the world, David. This Penang Island. Can you tell us what Penang Island is and about the UFOs?
Penang Island is in the North Malaysia.
North
Malaysia. So there's a port there. They used to trade. This is during the time of British. Penang was being ruled by the British.
Okay.
But after the independence, they gave it to the Malaysian government. So now the Malaysian government is Penang, including Penang Island. Penang Island is ruled by the governor. The rest of the state is there will be a king in Malaysia.
A king.
But in Penang Island there's only governors.
Only governors. And let's talk about the UFOs, because we don't hear everything from other countries. Part of the thing about my show is I want to hear from people who have knowledge about stuff in their own countries, and we don't hear much about Malaysia. So tell us what's going on out there.
Okay, the encounter is like this, because I used to pray a lot. I to ask God, because one of the things is we have to survive on our own, because we are in a different faith. Myself is I'm a born Christian, so I have faith in Jesus Christ. So
Okay.
when I pray to Jesus, I encounter UFOs.
So when you pray to Jesus, he's saying he encounters the UFOs, correct?
Yes.
Very interesting. Why do you think that
Uh,
is?
Actually, it's like an angel from heaven is coming and helping us.
So
Helping.
have you,
Yes,
and
I have
I believe
encountered.
you have encounters. Yeah. So you've not only seen them, when you pray to Jesus, you see,
They pass by. They pass by. When I encounter them in the human form.
okay, like us, correct?
Yes, correct.
Yes,
And
those are the spiritual ones. Yes.
yes, they are encounter like human, but they have a knowledge of a different world.
Can you talk about their knowledge? How do you know about their knowledge?
Because you see, when I need to have more faith. So when I don't have the faith, I can't bear fruit because so much of crime, because the government and so much of price is going up. So people in different faith. So I need to have more faith in Christ Jesus. So when I talk to Him, I encounter UFOs, and then I encounter human beings similar like us.
Right. So
Uh,
that's all. Yeah, no, I believe you. So I want to talk about the humans that you encounter
okay.
when you pray for Jesus, which is a beautiful thing.
Mm,
Because Jesus is a star being from space. He's a galactic being of light. So when you encounter the humans from these spaceships, what you call UFOs,
yes.
have you physically talked to them? Physically, have they been with you? I'm really
Yes.
interested.
Yes. Yes. You see,
When is the most
how?
recent contact you've had?
Yeah. Yeah.
When?
And they have the faith that they have and the knowledge that they have is something that beyond what I have encountered before
Hmm.
with Jesus, but
Hmm.
this time I encountered even more deeper. But when I
Yeah.
encounter more deeper things, I have more problem in the world.
Hmm. So the
Because they are.
beings are there.
Yes, go
So
ahead.
you have a beautiful energy, and you really have a, and I'm glad you like Jesus, because Jesus is a space being who's like, he's the head of all the galactic levels. So of course, if you're tuned into his energy, that's a beautiful thing. So when you meet these humanoids from the spaceships, do they land their ships somewhere on the island?
They pass
Are
by.
they landing their ships?
No, no, they pass by.
Then how do you get in touch with the humans that are from the ship?
You see, once they pass by, and then the next 1 day or 2 day or 3 days, I encountered the human being. They might land it somewhere, but I'm not sure where.
Oh, so they would most likely have landed somewhere remotely, and then they know where you are and they encounter you, correct?
Yeah, so they don't come
Okay.
directly or land, and because they pass by, then I encounter the following of 1 or 2 days. And when I
Hmm.
encounter, I don't have a sense of human being sense of in them. It's just
Right.
from outer space. They have the knowledge and they can pull me into that kind of faith. But what I can feel is I have the faith of that beings. But when I get in touch of that kind of level of faith, I have more problem in the world.
Well, there's always problems in the world. That's going to be whether you have more faith or not. So
Uh,
the thing is, so when you meet these people, are there both men and women, or what is is it both?
uh, why I met man
Okay.
is
Now,
it's
when
like
they
a
meet you,
man.
okay, so these space people, the space brothers, or I call the space brothers, do you go and have
Uh,
coffee with them? What do you do? Do you sit down somewhere and talk?
yeah, but I sit down with them, talk, but they don't have the love of the world.
What do you mean I have the love of the world?
That means they don't have like the love that what we have. Like to buy a house. No, they don't have
Oh,
that
they don't
kind of.
need that. What you're
Uh,
saying is that they don't live like us.
they don't live like us.
Right. Well, I
Uh, they,
understand
they,
that.
they, they can eat, they can drink, but they can socialize with us, but the likeness in them is totally different. The likeness, like, because we are born of this world, we have the tend to have, having a car, house, but they don't have that kind of love in them. But they
Right.
have a knowledge and the faith that can pull us out of this world and can place somewhere around there in the space.
Right.
And
Ha-
that kind of
ha-
energy I can feel, that kind of vibration I can feel inside of me.
wow.
And
Have they
and
taken
another
you?
thing, yeah, go ahead.
I want you to get into stuff. I'm very
Yeah.
interested in this. Have they taken you in Malaysia on this island? Have the space people you've met? Have they ever taken you on their spaceship?
No, but I can. You see, in the thunderstorm, in the thunderstorm,
Yeah.
in the thunderstorm, you your body can, your body can take into that kind of presence. That means we don't need, we don't even need ships. We can travel through the storm, through the thunder.
So explain that. That's very interesting. You just said that. Everyone watching the show, this is Encounters, the late night
Yeah,
TV UFO talk show. We have David, our new friend of the show in Malaysia. And so when you say thunder, explain.
yeah,
Can you explain how the thunder? We don't need ships. You just said we don't need ships. The thunder will take us. How does that work?
correct. You see, they can travel like a lightning to us. No, when we need a real help, when we really need something that beyond what we can endure, but that is where the moment the thunder, there's a
Mm-hmm.
kind of, rain, or a storm will form,
Mm-hmm.
and we can feel the sense of the thunder, that there's a new strength comes in.
Yeah.
Actually, the true strength, and your body can be numb.
Hmm.
Once your body can be numb, be immune to the thunder, and your body be numb, and you can travel.
Wow. That is very
Ah,
interesting.
yeah. Actually, people couldn't encounter that. They don't have that kind of brain to knew this kind of, because it can when the body, when the thunder comes strike your body becomes so numb.
Hmm.
And when you become numb, you have that kind of, uh what do you call that, the UFO presence in you. That kind
Interesting.
of, yeah, I've sensed in that, because when I encounter that kind of people, they shared me certain things, certain knowledge, and then after that I encountered with them, then
So,
I felt the presence of the lightning. When I walk, suddenly I can feel the thunder strikes. Then I feel that someone is just beside me, but
mhm.
I don't seem to see the presence of the person. But I can feel the presence of the lightning is just beside me. Sometimes
And
I can,
are you
yeah,
are you saying that the lightning has something to do with the ability that their ships use the lightning as an energy form
yes,
with their ships?
yes, 100%. They, because
Wow.
they have the knowledge of, they can travel into the lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you see, they super speed. It's something that it's a lightning that can strike.
Mm-hmm.
So they have that kind of presence. The only
So
thing
they
we haven't touched. Yeah, go ahead.
and we're talking, so you can take a deep breath, David. You're good. We'll be here for a while. So when the
Yeah,
lightning happens, the
yeah,
spaceships, these ships, they use the natural energy of the universe anyway, but they're using in our atmosphere the lightning as
yeah.
energy, natural energy for their spaceships, correct?
Yep.
I've noticed
But I don't
videos
know how they
with
operate.
that. Go ahead.
I, I I don't know how they operate, but I have that kind of, presence encounter with
Hmm.
them. Then of course I cannot share to everybody, right? Because people of the world is busy with busy of the things of the world. So I
Yeah.
cannot share that UFO is coming in the lightning of speed and encountering you, and they'll say
Yeah.
you are a crazy boy, you are a crazy person. So I better keep this knowledge to myself, and I just happy within myself, because when I have the presence of that kind of energy inside of me, that kind of faith develops inside of me, that kind of joy and the strength develops inside of me. So that
Right.
keeps me going on, but I
Well,
cannot
you know
share to
what?
anybody.
You know what,
Go
David?
ahead.
Now
Yeah.
that you're here, you found the show where you can share all your knowledge that you're getting from these space people. Your inner spirit guided you to my show, Encounters. I've been a
Okay.
contactee with space people since 1960s, probably before you were born. So I
Yes.
can
Yes.
appreciate what you're saying. So don't ever say the word crazy here, because you're not crazy. You're amongst people here that understand exactly. We're way ahead of the whole thing now. Like 30 years ago, people were skeptical and they would say, "Oh, that person's that." We are the majority now. Just remember, David, I want you to remember these two words, three words. We are the majority. What does that mean? You are part of majority. All the people in this room have all had similar or different experiences. There are millions of people having experiences. So if anyone tries to say you're crazy, just look at them and understand that they're just asleep. They're just not awakened yet. But you're not crazy at all. I am glad you're here. We're hearing some stuff here from you that I've never heard in my life. And that's what makes it beautiful. So I want you to continue on. So how long would the space people, when they visit you, the humanoids, are they wearing regular clothes when they get out of their ship, or are they wearing space outfits?
No, no, no. Okay. I have seen they pass by. Then after that, they come in the human form. When they come in the
Yeah.
human form, they disguise themselves in the human beings.
Right.
They don't obviously, because they want don't fall into the traps into the people's hand. So they disguise themselves in the human form.
Hmm.
And but the only thing is, when we encounter with them, we get the knowledge and the knowledge and is knowledge some beyond knowledge. The imagination that works in them, they transpute into our mind, and
Hmm.
we become, we our body and our body vibration change into their kind of vibration. And that's where I felt my system, human system, start working in a different way.
Hmm. Your mind,
When I
David.
say,
You're
yeah,
interesting. You are very advanced. I'm reading your energy. Do you know that when they share that knowledge with you, these space beings, and they physically meet
yeah,
you, they're giving you
yeah.
information to be a messenger, right? You're the messenger for them, aren't you?
But
Do
it's
you, do
very
you
hard
realize?
to that.
Do you realize that you are the messenger?
Yeah, but I
Yeah, you are.
really don't. I really, because you see, once I get the information, I only can keep to myself. I can only keep it to myself and enjoy that kind of presence. But it's very hard for me. But because since you are talking of UFO, I can speak openly, but not
Yes.
everybody, because
Not everybody.
people are still in this world. They are fighting for each other. They are, working hard, and they're saving
Yeah.
money. They want to buy. So this kind of energy is very rare. But since I encounter, but I sometimes, when this kind of energy comes, it also kind of afraid me, because it's huge, too dangerous to encounter. But sometimes I need to have the kind of boldness to go encounter it. But the moment I just encourage myself to be bold and go ahead, then I really get this kind of encounter and the energy from these kind of beings. And I know these are UFOs.
Yeah.
They disguise themselves in the human form.
So let me
uh,
let me explain something to you, David. I want you to
Go
understand
ahead.
this right now. You are,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of my cat. She's sneezing, whatever. But you are the messenger. I'm going to tell you
Okay.
right now, when I talk to people, if you're new to the show, I read people's energy. All my guests, when they come on here, I read their energy. You are,
Okay.
say these words right now. I want you to believe this, and
Okay.
you don't have to conceal it. You don't have to hold in all this knowledge. The things they are
Okay.
giving you is to be shared here, and this is a great place to share when you have your meetings with them regularly. You can come here and share. So I want you to say to yourself, I am a cosmic messenger. Can you say that? I
I'm
am a
co-
cosmic
yeah,
messenger.
I'm a cosmic messenger.
Say it one more time like you really mean it.
I,
I am
I
a cosmic
I
messenger.
am I am a cosmic messenger.
Okay. Do you feel it? Do you feel it now?
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right. There you go. That's where we want you to be. Don't ever be afraid to share. They're giving you information that's not supposed to be kept up in your system. It's supposed to be given out to the world so people know from Malaysia that you are one of the messengers of these space people. Did they say where they're from? Did they say where they come from?
Okay. They do reveal certain extent. They do reveal to certain extent, but they don't. It's like okay. Mm, it's like they coming from the outer space, but they don't
Hmm.
have the likeness of man. Like okay, like I'm a man until I'm a 47 years old boy. But when I encounter this kind of being, the likeness of the woman is no more there.
Hmm. So,
Because yeah, go ahead.
okay, so David, they come from outer space. Did they say what
Yeah.
star system they come from? When you meet with them physically, do they say
Mm-mm.
where the star system is that they come from?
The stars is it.
But they come from a
The
planet
star,
somewhere, right?
absolutely.
Did they tell you what planet it is, what the name of their planet is?
Okay, it's like this. Okay, the portion of heaven is big. They
Oh, yeah.
they come from the portion of that kind of heavenly places and come and reveal to us to possess certain places of heavenly places. You got what I'm trying to say?
Oh, I understand that. When we say the word
They
heaven is the
heaven
universe,
is
the
a
multiverse.
universe. So they
Right.
want us to possess certain. They want us to possess certain places in the heavenly places. They want us to possess that place.
They want us to be
So
there.
they want us to be there, and they help us to increase the faith and the confidence. So when they help us to increase the faith and the confidence, indirectly, I become so bold to live on this earth. I, I feel so happy. I feel so joyful. But the
Mm.
likeness of the world is heaven is no more there.
Hmm.
But when I face people, when I face, I'm not afraid of being dead or put to death. I'm not afraid because my when I encounter of this kind of being, my energy, my flesh becomes so numb, and I'm not afraid of being dead. But the
Hmm.
level of the confidence, the level of boldness is arises.
Hmm.
They want us to actually they want us to um, possess certain places in the heavenly places in the universe somewhere around there. But
Hmm.
when we try to really go ahead and go all out to know that actually indirectly in the natural, I, I'm I'm being more strong, and people become
Hmm.
more weak because they are living on this earth. They cannot endure it.
You're talking
But
about the
for me,
people, David, you're talking about people that are living like they're asleep. They're like walking every day, doing their job, going home, going to work, and they're
yes,
sleeping while
they 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 are, they are dead. They are dead. They are dead.
yeah,
That means
and
they
you're
are
awake.
living on this earth. They're living, but they're living beings in the death world. That means they are dead in their system. But
Right.
I'm alive in my in the in this in my mind, in
Mm-hmm.
my imagination, in
Mm-hmm.
my. But the only thing, I I don't have the likeness of the earth anymore. You know.
When you say you don't have the likeness of the earth, what you're saying, and I can
Yeah.
translate, you don't feel connected to the 3D world anymore, correct?
3D world is
When
what?
when I say 3D world, you don't feel connected to the way the people live on the planet. You feel disconnected from the way regular people live on the planet, correct?
Yeah.
You do feel that you
No,
feel different.
totally I cannot connect to the world.
You can't
I
connect to
cannot
the
connect.
world.
I cannot, because I already encountered of that kind of being. That kind of presence is so much joy and the strength that I receive, that I can no longer be a part of this world. But however, I have to be in the world and live in the world and go on in the world until I'm alive.
Yeah, yes. No, I think our audience here, this is Encounters. I'm Commander Alion, your host, your late night, and we have David in Malaysia with us. And we're talking about his encounters with space people who visit him pretty regularly. How many times a week, or can you say, do they come and visit you like in regular clothing to be inconspicuous from the regular people walking in the street? How many times a day or a week or a night? When did they come and visit you?
No, no. It was a moment. Not now. It was a moment where I, I was regularly, permanently was encountering with them.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to them. And they was here, and they was really having the kind of no, it's a regular people, like how we encounter and we have a communion and no
Yeah.
friendship. But when I start to encounter them, the knowledge that they transfer in, increasingly blow my mind out from this world. It just that I cannot ponder. It's beyond my pondering thoughts. Where
Right.
I couldn't ponder. I couldn't ponder ahead. A- and they reveal uh, and keep on revealing until I myself cannot, have to forget about this
Yeah.
world, and
Yeah.
just ponder about the things of the universe somewhere around there, and
Yes.
and they will be disappeared,
Hmm.
and they are
So,
no longer. Go
so
ahead.
you, David, you have such a deep connection as I listen to you and everyone's listening to you. You have an
Okay.
excitement that I know you have an excitement, and that's why you're here.
Yes.
You're so, I
Yeah.
know you're excited to share with us because you're saying, "Oh, he brought me up on his TV show." I am so glad you got so much in you that you've been holding in on the cosmic level. And, you, brother, are beautiful. And I'm glad you're sharing. Now, you said, what year did the contact start with the space people? What year was that?
Okay, that was 2000. Okay, now it's 2023. The year that I contacted, 2012 to 2015, 3 years.
2000, okay, 3 years. What
Yeah.
precipitated, so did they ever tell you that they were going to come back, or do you get telepathic communications in your mind with them, or did they say they'd come back, or what's going on with that?
No, no, I totally disengaged with them
Why?
because I couldn't take it anymore. It's beyond my, to the extent where I can totally forget the world, and I can bring chaos to the world.
Mhm.
Uh,
Now, as
uh,
much as as
yeah,
much as you're disengaged with them, David, looking
yeah,
back at it, then you've had a break with them. Do you think
yeah,
if you mentally said, "I wish to reconnect with you," I'm sure they can. Let me put it this way. I believe, without a question, not even a belief system, I know it.
yeah,
Listening to your story, you have a direct telepathic line to them. If you said if you meditated and said, "Hey, this is David. I had to take a break. If we meet, can we do it once a week?" So you set the perimeters for contact with them again. You can set it. You can say, "Look, it was just too much. Can we just do it maybe once a week or once a month?" Or so you can set that up because they want to reconnect with you. They really do. As I'm listening to your story, man, I can just feel the energy of them. And they want to reconnect with you. They love you. They're also, they're men and women. There's not just their planetary system has just similar to Earth, but very advanced. They're very much spiritual beings, and they've chosen you to be a messenger. So I know it's a lot to deal with, but when you're chosen
Mm.
as a contactee, sometimes you got to go with it, take a break, and then reconnect with them. Do you feel that you can do that?
Yeah, but we see that's still the longing, because once I encounter with that, the longing is there. The longing is so strong than the world. The people, even I encounter
Yes.
with the people here, the longing
Yes.
and the love and the joy is that is not as strong as I encountered with that kind of beings.
Yes.
The only thing is, if I can go into their atmosphere, is I'm so glad. That means I no longer on this earth anymore. But the thing
Yes.
is, the point is, when I encounter with them again, they of course want me to be in them, so that I may not be on this earth anymore.
So what you're saying is, David, I understand
Yeah,
completely what you're saying. What you're saying is that they want you to come with them and leave the Earth on their spaceship. That's what you just said, right? Correct?
yeah,
I
yeah,
know I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
mishear it. They want to take
yeah,
him,
correct.
folks. They want the space beings from where they come from have invited him physically to leave the Earth on their ship. Now that's,
Yeah,
that, let me explain something. When you get an
right.
invitation like that with so much love and you met with these space people, they're humanoid like we are, and they're offering you a chance to leave the planet. That's a real honor, to not everybody gets to do that with that kind of an invitation. If they came, well, if my connections with the Ashtar Command saw me on a country road and I had my whole family in the car and they said, "Commander, you and your family, we want to take you to where we come from." I would jump at the moment to go. I would jump knowing that I can come back because I want to still do things here and do mission work. But I think it's an honor. I think what I'm getting now is it's time for you to meditate within and think about that. If they come back and they ask you to go on their ship, there's a lot of love in these beings, these humans. Where they come from,
Yeah,
there's so much love. I can just feel it in my soul right now. You have a,
correct.
a great opportunity to learn stuff from their planet, and also they'll have the opportunity to come back to Malaysia and share that wisdom with the people of Earth. You've really been chosen to do something here. Do you realize that?
But the moment that, sorry, is the it's not, yeah, what you're saying is true, but that I haven't got that kind of knowledge when I went down in the 2012 to 2015, because I was still young. But now I come to that realization. Yes, if I really need that now, because I feel that this better to be there in somewhere in the universe, being there. But down in 2012 to 12 15, I was still in the world. I still, but is that I encountered with them, I got that kind of, you know uh uh not to say knowledge, is something beyond knowledge. They reveal something that my knowledge, my system of the knowledge and the of the this world cannot take it anymore. Is something from the
Hmm.
universe. But the
Yes.
thing that the desire of this world was still within me here. Because I was still young, and I was 30, maybe below 30, sorry, above
Right.
30. So I was still, the desire of the world was there, but my mind and my imagination, they reveal something that can transfer my desire into the. But so I was not prepared for that
You weren't
at that
prepared.
moment.
Yeah. You weren't
Yeah, at that
prepared.
at
That's
that
okay.
moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
at that
But
moment.
now, years
So when
later,
uh,
you are actually prepared. I think I feel you're very
yeah,
prepared. You're so prepared.
yeah, but
You know, everyone watching this show, a lot of our people here have had visitations in their rooms, in their homes with space people. You're
yeah,
actually now, I'm getting so strongly a message for you, and I hope you'll
yeah,
consider it and meditate on it. They want to come back and they will meet you in a remote area in Malaysia on the island you
yeah,
mentioned. Is that the island
yeah.
where they meet? They will meet you there and you'll know where to go and they will take you on that spaceship to where they're from. This is the strongest feeling I'm getting about you. They are going
Yeah.
to, if you agree to it, they will bring
No,
you
I
back
will
to Earth.
because
You'll be going with them on a trip.
yes, yes. I really, because at that point of time, the 2000, I was not, my mind was not able to take that kind of wisdom and understanding and the that they are revealing. But now I strongly have that kind of feeling because over the period of time, this down after encountering, I face a lot of people that the world, we can't stay in the world after encountering with this kind of beings, so
Right.
UFO beings, because
Eh,
they are far more knowledgeable and greater
Yeah.
with the encounter that they are bringing to us. And now I really, if I have the kind of encountering, surely I will go with them and I want to be in them with them and travel with them.
And
Surely
you know
not,
what,
you
David? You
know.
can. You can. All you've got, I'm going to bring you my friend Grace on to say hello to you. And she's with me in
Okay.
Connecticut. Let me let Grace say hello to you too. But you definitely can go on their ship now. You said you're ready. Go for it. Don't even hesitate. Communicate with them first and invite them back
Yeah,
and go for it.
yeah.
Don't worry
Okay.
about the earth. Go for it. And Grace is going to say hello. Go ahead, Grace.
Hi guys, how you doing? Hi David.
Yeah, fine, and I'm happy to talk to you, Grace.
Yeah, nice to meet you on the show. It's great to have you. I really am interested in your story. I really want to ask you a question. You mentioned
Go ahead.
earlier about being on experiencing the ride on the lightning during the storm.
Exactly.
Did you, now when you had your first experience with this, you said you were young. How old were you? Like, did you say you were 12?
No, no, no. 12, maybe now it's 2023. 12 years ago,
Oh,
there were
12 years ago.
20,
Okay, okay. I wanted, because I came in
twenty-five.
slightly late and I didn't hear the beginning of the story, but okay, so you felt like you were riding on the storm with the light beings that you were experiencing, correct?
Correct. But
Okay.
at first, I was not ready for that kind of encounter. But I was mingling with this kind of beings, but I was not ready to encounter. But
Okay, so
Mm.
uh-huh.
after sometimes I just encourage myself to have that kind of experience. Then I finally experience the lightning presence.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of presence can come and numb your body, can come and protect you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go ahead, Grace.
So now the I have another question, so if you don't mind.
Go
I
ahead.
wondered about the were you like using some type of protocol or anything to make the connection to begin with before you had the experience with the lightning and the storm,
Mm.
experience? Like, how were you communicating with them previous to your storm experience?
Okay, I do. Okay, the moment, so much things that buckles up my emotions here.
Mm-hmm.
So much of things that I cannot endure anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot take the burden, the pressure of these kind of
Yep.
on this earth, that surround the people. When I go and mix, I cannot talk to them. I sometimes I can discern from far with what kind of intention they are really coming forward to. So then I have no more strength inside of me,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
just cope up my life, go ahead.
Okay.
That is where I can feel the presence of the storms is coming, and the lightning, the power of the lightning is coming. And I knew they are the people are coming there, and they're
Mm-hmm.
releasing the power and they're releasing the strength.
Mm-hmm.
I can tap into the strength and tap into the kind of being, that kind of,
Mm.
but is that if I'm going to try to go in to that kind of presence so strong and make myself really immune to that kind of, then I might really, you know, uh, how would I say, I might really encounter so much of lightnings and the storms and the, and the
Mm-hmm.
kind of presence.
Yeah.
And of course, there will be a chaos on this earth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you were looking for more of the same experience because you were disconnecting to the negativity on planet Earth. And that's
Yeah.
understandable. I mean, let's face it. We have, like you were mentioning earlier about the difficulties encountering people. I mean,
Yeah.
we all have those similar experiences. I'm sure everyone in this chat tonight and Commander could attest to this. I know I can.
Grace,
It's not
grace,
easy to deal with people. It's not easy. We
grace,
don't live on an easy planet.
Right.
But I will say
grace.
this. Yes, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just want to say, of course, it's not easy. But the moment that I'm going to, engage with this kind of beings and encounter with them strongly, I can see disasters taking place in the natural form, because
Yeah.
lightnings and the storms will come and I will be encountering so much joy with them. But in the natural form, there will be so much chaos will be going on, so much of, but I will be traveling, I will be start traveling with them, but there will be so much chaos will be in the natural form, so much disaster will take place. But when I
Is that?
encounter that storm and the thunder, it seems to be more enlightened for me and more
Yeah.
strong for me.
Okay,
Interesting.
that is so
Go ahead.
cool. And you know what? You've had a really beautiful encounter. So I think it would be really wonderful if you could find a way to integrate that into your experience on Earth and, share that experience with others so they can have a similar experience, because I remember years and years ago, I felt a super pull to want to go back home. And
Mm-hmm.
when I say go back home, I mean, no, to the place I came from before I came
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
And I remember
Mm-mm.
realizing, just having this yearning, and I understood that, and I've come to understand that I was missing out on, I was looking for that love, that incredible, phenomenal love that you feel, that like we have never felt before on from anyone, even though we've had people in our lives that love us. This is different. This goes beyond the
Yeah,
love,
it does.
like,
It
it's
really does.
heavenly love. I can't think of a better word to express that kind of love. And I feel like we yearn for that. We want our soul family to be there and imparting that type of healing light and love into us. So my point is, I missed that so much, but then I realized that I can bring that into my experience here on the planet and share it as
Mm.
well. So I don't have to, like, listen, let's face it, if you do have an opportunity and you want to travel with them, you can do it, but you can also come back and then share that experience with others here, like us in this room. Really is open to hearing more about this, to learning more, about how you created this encounter, how you hopped on the wave, so to speak,
Yeah.
and
And and
traveled.
the other thing is, Grace, that he is, and this is Encounters, the late night UFO talk show. I'm Commander Alian. Grace is here with us. And we have David in Malaysia, who has got an incredible story. And he, for a number of years, 3 years to be exact, where he would have contact with people like us. They look like us, but they don't live like us. So the difference in their life is they are very highly spiritually advanced people, as David has expressed, and they wanted to. For
Yeah.
those just coming in, they wanted him to go with them at the time to leave the Malaysia to go on a spaceship to
Yeah.
probably their planet. Correct?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You
Did
know.
they
Yeah.
identify themselves at all, David? Did you get an understanding of who they
Now,
were?
after the COVID, I have this contact with them. Because after that there was a COVID 2 years. There was a shutdown and all that. So, but the knowledge and the certain, not the truth that there's a truth in the outer world there. There's a natural truth in on this earth,
Mm-hmm,
and
absolutely.
there's a truth in the outer space there.
Hmm.
So when they share the outer space truth, it conflicts the natural truth here, because the truth that in the natural world cannot accept the truth of the outer space there. It is
Are you
so strong,
talking,
and the vibration is so.
David?
Yeah, go
When you
ahead.
say the natural world and their world? I think what you're saying, and I'm going to try to translate this, is that you're talking about the material world of our planet, which is the artificial world. And where they
Yeah,
come from,
yeah,
their world is actually really natural in the sense that it's beautiful. I don't want to put words in your
yes.
mouth, but I'm just trying to translate. Tell me if I'm wrong. They live on a planet
No, no,
where
correct.
their world doesn't have shopping malls and people,
No, no,
friction and fighting
no.
with each other. They live in a very harmonious planetary system, correct?
It's something that is superficial world. That means it's something that the transportation that we have here is, they have a much more stronger and greater transportation over there,
Hmm. They
and
have they have a more they have more advanced transportation. They don't have like cars with gasoline in them and stuff. They're living in a whole
no,
different
no.
reality,
Uh,
correct?
yes,
Okay.
totally different and totally beyond what we comprehend. We cannot take that into our brain, and to ponder it. Uh, we have to forget totally about, it's something that we can, when we start to ponder, we just that we cannot think of this world anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely. I agree with you, David. I feel that, once you have a encounter with a light being of some sort, or a non-human extraterrestrial type energy, it completely transforms you. You are never going to really be the same again. You're not the same person. So there's a process that has to take place, and somehow we have to find a way to, integrate it into our human life here, unless, there is an opportunity to, you know, explore, which many people in the chat and many people commenting about it, having similar experiences. I know that I love when it storms, and I feel like what
Mm.
happens when it storms is there's so much electricity and so much
Yes.
charge that
Yes.
it can create, uh, um, a blending or bleeding of the matrix and
Yep.
dimensional matrix. So I feel that there's an opportunity to, hop timelines and, do have encounters like this. It is just, it's a powerful moment. I mean, you're a powerful creator.
Yeah.
yeah,
She's, ta- she's talking about you, David. So, David,
yeah.
and this is
Is that
Encounters. Go ahead.
at, at one point, I can see the thunder coming just right before me. There's going to be a great thunder is coming before me, And
Mm-hmm.
at that moment of point, after I encounter with this kind of beings,
Mm-hmm.
then I started to encounter this kind of storms, and I can uh, I really I really I really I really feel this kind of presence coming forward. That's where I got shrink myself, and I got scared, because I was not ready for it. But after some time,
Right.
I started to boldly go ahead. Okay, I just want to feel that. Then I can see suddenly thunder just come just right before me. The
Yeah.
lightning thunder
So
just.
you were scared.
Then
You talked about there. You were
these are the
scared.
moment that
Go ahead.
to encounter that kind of, yeah. But they are
Yeah.
much more stronger. Even the soldiers will be failed to recognize that kind of, because when we see a soldier, they are with the weapons and all that, but these kind of beings are beyond that. They are beyond, you know
Oh,
they have,
yeah.
is that is something that, I don't know how to express the
I totally can
feelings.
understand with what you're saying. I relate to what you're saying. I do understand, David, what you're saying. And I guess my curiosity is getting the best of me. I really wondered if you have any idea what type of species they are, who they are. Did you get any kind of connection to or an understanding of who they might have been?
Well, he said they were human like us.
Oh, they're
They're
human
human
like us.
like we are.
Do you
Yeah.
think they were us in
No.
another timeline or another
Yeah.
dimension? Yeah, okay, okay. That makes sense. So it was almost like the lightning and the storm can create like almost moments of temporary time travel.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like there is potential. I mean, I've done time travel meditation. I've done deep time travel meditation, and I feel that's a potential there. That's actually something that I would maybe Commander mentioned it earlier about possibly meditating and trying to ask for more clarity. And yeah, it's one thing to you are leaving planet to have that encounter, but then what's happening is you're having a tough time coming back and integrating back into your life. Now, I'm sure you have a family that love, and I mean, I hope that there are loved ones around you that you love and that you enjoy
No,
and you want to be
Grace,
with, right?
Grace, Grace.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, you see, I'm 47. I haven't got married. I got no children, Grace.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
so
Hello.
okay. You see, I'm looking after my mom. Okay.
Okay.
After I encountered with this kind of being, I know what is going to happen to my mom, and I know what is going to happen to my father. I just was keep on telling them. I say because after encountered, I felt strongly I need to go to my parents, and I say I'm here because it's not for you. I told my mom I am here because, and they start to thinking that I'm a crazy. I say everybody leave their parents and go and work and do something for them. I say, okay. Another thing, Grace, I just wanted to let you know. There was a businessman came, and he offered me business, and he wanted to pay me a good salary, and he wanted to buy, rent a. He's from Korea, and then he just want to be a partner because in Malaysia they need someone who a local resident to be a partner. So his investment is from Korea. So the Korean man came. He want to engage. He find that he can trust me because one of the reason because I encountered this kind of being, and he
Mm.
finally met me, and he finally felt happy to be with me. But I didn't
Mm-hmm.
share that I was encountered with this kind of being. But this
Yes.
businessman is a very rich man. He find him so much confident that this person can help me out in the business here in Malaysia. But
Yeah.
no, I refuse because these spiritual beings are even more stronger. They don't want me to engage with this businessman. They
Mm.
and I myself was like, the desire was
To
there to
be,
engage with him because he came, he has a lot of money. But these spiritual beings, they do disconnect. They want me to disconnect with this kind of rich man to engage with the business, and they
mhm.
want me to really. Then they gave me more to go and look after my parents. You see, at this age, I'm looking after my bedridden mom. Okay, the only
Oh,
thing
you
that
are
I'm
okay.
here is to look after my mom. Is my you see to disengage from this world is a moment. It's just that
Yep.
it's a twinkle of an eye I can because
Yeah,
I
and
have
in order
no
to, yeah, and David, not, just to interrupt you for one moment, I just have a thought.
go ahead,
When you
go ahead.
actually do take care of someone that that's not easy to do when you have a parent that you have to do caregiving for. I've been there with both my parents, and
Yeah,
it's not easy to do, and I understand that part of it. And another reason for you to reach out to, higher
and
dimensional energy,
I
Yeah.
and I always encourage my mom, let's go to that kind of dimension to this is not so I'm just for her. It's
Do
not
you
that
think?
absolutely, absolutely. And you know
And
what? And that is a beautiful thing. And she needs you, right? Just like you needed her when you were little. So now she
yes,
needs
yes,
you, and
absolutely,
that's
absolutely,
and
that's
David,
huge.
I want to say
yeah.
this is encounters. We have game. Let me go back here so I
Uh,
get it right.
my name is Bash,
Game.
actually. So,
Your name is what now?
Bash,
Bash. Bash.
Bash.
Welcome. Well, again,
Thank
we're
you.
gonna get to Bash in a moment. I know you've had some really interesting things too. David, you're taking care of your
Yeah,
mother in Malaysia.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Have the did the space people would the space people take her on the ship with you if you went?
No, because I don't really because I disconnect with them. If I really want, of course they would really can take me. But I is that at that moment I disconnect and I just be myself here with my mom and
Right.
looking after her. But the energy still I can really engage with the energy and with the beings. But the thing is, now I don't see them in physical. I don't
Well,
really engage them in.
that's because you told them that you were disconnecting for a while. You can reconnect with them, like I said earlier. Yeah, I'm really getting a strong feeling, even though you're taking care of your
Yeah,
mom. Connect with them,
yeah,
meditate, and talk to them in meditation. Invite them back.
yeah,
They'll help you. They'll help
yeah.
your mom too. Actually, they can probably heal
Correct.
your mom.
Yes, what you're saying is
They
true.
can.
They
You know.
can, and because when I encounter with them, they gave me one. They gave me one thought, and that thought is very strong. It's implanted in my heart. They say there's nothing too hard for them to do healing for
Right.
the humans on this earth. That means what the doctors, what the medicines are providing, the energy that they have, it can transform the energy into this. The sickness can just instantly can disappear.
Yeah.
But we our natural emotion system, the thought have to really be very how would I say uh, we, is something that uh, is that the word is I have to put the right word we mustn't have any feelings or grudges against anybody
Right.
and
You're
when
talking,
we
Mhm.
encounter
you're talking about unconditional
and
love.
And that's a really phenomenal message that's important to our world now. So we need you to help the world with this message.
Right.
This is the mission. This is why the encounter took place, David. I
because
feel that it's important that you understand that. By you just
But,
talking
but
about what
Grace,
you
the
experienced,
moment
you're
when
raising the
we have,
vibration. Go ahead.
hello.
Yep, go
David,
ahead.
you're still here. You're still here.
That's why, Grace, when I don't when I don't have any the more I face the challenges on this planet Earth, I don't have any grudges. That's where their vibration will be coming. The moment
Mhm.
the vibration is coming, for us it will be amazing. It will be it's like we are on the fire. We are on something that
Yeah,
our immune our immune system start to vibrate and start to transform into that lightning kind of feelings that
right.
thundering in our soul, in our mind, in our body, and our mind and our heart and our desire emotion transform into the lightning beams. But of course, on the earth, after if let's say after transform into the lightning being, and we are taken into far ahead into their space, that will be much better. But if we are still here, we will be seeing so much of distraction and chaos on this earth.
And let me
That's
just
why
say
I
something.
disengage.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
bring in. I want to get your name right. My other guest that just came on. It's a Crush Rush
Bash
Bash. I'm
Bashir.
sorry about that. I'm Bash about. I'm sorry about
yeah,
that. So let's we're gonna
yeah,
keep David here. David, stay with us, and we'll have
yeah. Go
Bash
ahead.
with us now. Bash, tell us where you're from, and I'm interested in some of the things you're saying in your comments about things you've had, encounters you've had here on the show is called Encounters. So we'd
Yeah.
love to hear some of your stories.
Thank you for having me on. Um, I'm from Colorado, but originally from Minnesota. My dad's from Libya, actually, North Africa. My mom's from Minnesota, but
Okay.
I've had encounters probably for about 2 years. My first, I've always believed in UFOs. Always believed in extraterrestrials. Um, I've had this ESP kind of a sixth sense uh, since I
On
was young. Um, but anyways, my first encounter was we were driving. Me and my wife were driving back from Minnesota on the we're on the Nebraskan border. About 2 o'clock in the morning, we see this really bright light in the middle of the road. That just we thought it was a car, but then it moved right, and then it just like disappeared really fast.
Hmm.
Um, and then when we passed it, our um, our radio in the car was acting up. So that was an amazing experience.
Wow.
And then I joined this group called CE5. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. Close
Oh yeah,
Encounters of
we have a
Fifth Kind.
C5 group over here in Connecticut in the Northeast.
Very nice. Yeah, we have one in Colorado Springs I go to every month. But my second encounter was we were meditating. It was about 6 or 10 of us, and we're meditating. And me and this other guy open our eyes, and we see this really bright orange orb on the just above the horizon, and
Hmm.
it just for like 2-3 seconds, and it disappeared. And then one of my CE5 gatherings, I was meditating, and I saw these. Closing my eyes, I saw these three grays, two or three grays, and I asked them, what are you? And he said EBO. It's like I don't know what EBO stands for.
Ebo.
Yeah. And doing a Reddit search, they're called exobiospheric organisms. I'm not sure if
Interesting.
the government uses that or other scientists uses that term, but um, that's what I was told by these EBOs. And so it was amazing. And so anyway, I went to Hawaii last 2 weeks for vacation, me, my wife, and her family.
Hmm.
And before I got there was like, it'd be kind of cool if I saw, you guys in the sky. It'd be kind of cool if you guys visited me. Kind of talking to them. And last Friday, October 6th, me and my wife were sitting on Poipu Beach in Kauai as around sunset, and it was the most amazing experience. I can't forget it till now. But anyways, we're sitting on the beach, and this bright light comes out of nowhere to the left in the sky. And I say, "Hey, Evo, I know that's you. Please come back." And it came back, and it flashed super, super bright. Um, Made some interesting like movements, and
Mm.
then on the sky as well, looking towards the ocean, we see these two lights, uh, pretty close to each other,
Mm.
moving right to left, right to left. Just amazing uh, movements that they were making. And then the third one we saw was this one zigzagging through the sky, and then just like hovered, just stopped.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I love you guys, because the ETs are, these ETs are very peaceful and very loving, and I'm that kind of loving person. And as a kid, I've had trouble, let's say, I had like problems as a child, with my
Okay.
dad and stuff like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that the ETs are there for me, and that they love me, and just calling them, saying come here, come back, and they just listening and just being there for you. Uh, and then
And
sorry.
did the beings, Bash, did the beings, when you met them, when you physically encountered them, did they tell you anything about their planet? They're actually called Zeta. There's different Zeta civilizations.
Yeah.
How tall were they? And were they men and women, or did they have any, can you tell us a little bit more about where they came
Uh,
from or anything
the
of that
grays that
nature?
I the grays that I encountered in my they were in meditation, not physical form. Uh,
Meditation, okay.
yeah, they had big heads, big black eyes.
Hmm.
Uh, was kind of scary, honestly, when I saw them. But they didn't say much. They just said they're peaceful, and that they're evils. Not that's all I got from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
when
they were intelligent enough. That's how the communication happens through the if you were sleeping or meditating, they can meet you that way through your consciousness.
Yeah, and I've always had dreams about ships in the sky,
Hmm.
armadas, especially a bunch of them. Um, but yeah, it was just amazing. And then I got back here Saturday to Colorado Springs, and I went to my friends for dinner, and I came home, and I was saying, hey, uh, Ebos, where are you? Kind of asking where they are, and please show up, and you know, please present yourself. And I go to my balcony, and I'm
Yeah.
facing the mountains, and that mountain is dark. There's nothing. There's no homes, nothing. I saw this super shining light that I've never seen, like living here for the last 4 years.
Hmm.
Um, it was almost like um, maybe it was a saucer that was spinning, that the light would show up every few seconds, and
Hmm.
it would get super, super bright, and then it just disappeared. I've never seen anything like that. So
Well, do you think that was them visiting you? You
I think
talked.
so.
You were.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, did you get any do you take any video of
I
the when
did.
they
Yeah,
come, or you did?
yeah.
Did you get clear video footage of them or no?
Just a light. You can see there's nothing
Yeah.
in the mountains at all. It's
Hmm.
pitch dark when you look in west, and it's the only light in that area.
Yeah.
There's no hiking trails. Um, there's no like military bases close by. It was super bright too. So it was amazing, I would say. So,
Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting story.
yeah.
Say hello to David. David has had direct
Hello,
encounters
David.
in Malaysia for 3 years with space people that look just like us. So, David, see, there are other people having different encounters here around the world, and they're having encounters just like you are, different types of beings, but they are having encounters as well. So I want you to say hello to, it's Bash, right?
Yeah.
Okay, say hello to Bash. Let me see if I can,
Hello,
it's
David.
microphone. David, you there? Trying to mute him.
And Commander, I wanted to mention quickly, hi there. I want to say your name, Game Geek Exports Tournament.
Yeah, yeah. You can call me Bash.
Hi, Bash. Welcome in.
Hello. Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit to David if David's still in the room?
He is. I can't get his mic to go on here. Let me
Oh, hey,
see.
David. Can you unmute your mic? Maybe you can just speak to him for a moment because we actually do use the protocol, the CE5 protocol. And we have our CE5s here in Connecticut, but I think if David got the CE5 app and downloaded it on his device,
Yeah,
it
he
would
should. Yeah.
really help him with potential communication with other like-minded individuals in Malaysia. I'm sure that there are people out there. So maybe you can speak on that to David for a minute. I know that I've used it in different areas of the country, and I've had great success with it. But it's really an awesome way to just connect with like-minded people, open-minded individuals, and then when you can get a group together, it'll really help support the cause.
Yeah. Let's see, David, can you turn your mute button off so we can hear you? Are you there, David? I think he's still here. I'm trying to do it remotely here,
Let me see if
but
I can try to do it. Maybe I can do it, Commander. I'll try it.
oh, it's saying I have to wait 16. Oh, here. Oh, David, I think is coming on the screen live. Hey, David.
Oh, I see something.
Hey, there he is. David, there he is.
Hi, David. Unmute your mic. I think your mic
Yeah,
is muted.
your mic. You got the mic on. No, you're fine. Bring your face in. You're good with. Yeah, come on. There you go. That's good. That's whoop. Yeah, we're gonna unmute your microphone. Your microphone. Press your microphone. If you hear me, press your mic. That little mic. Press it so you can talk. There you go. Press your camera. You came on. Press your camera. The camera. You just had yourself. Your face came on. Press whatever you did before to get yourself on here. Everybody wants to see your face. Are you there? Oh, you just muted your microphone, David. You were doing good. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
And also, David, turn your camera on. You had your camera on. We were able to see you in the room. Whatever you did, do that again on the camera. There's a little camera icon. Press that. It'll put your face on. You just did it. You were pressing it before the camera. There's a little camera. Press that. And then press save.
Okay.
You see where the camera is?
Save. Yeah.
There you go. You're good. You're good now. There you go. We got you. We got you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's daytime in Malaysia. Very beautiful.
Yeah.
And
It's very hot sun.
yeah, no, it's beautiful there. I can see. Very beautiful.
Yeah. It's very
And
hot.
so what do you think, David? This is we have Bash on here from the United States, and he has had encounters with Zeta, which are a different thing than the humanoids that you talked about. So I wanted to introduce you. That's what we do here. We like to get people to realize they're not alone.
Hello, David.
Nobody is.
Yeah. Hi, Bash. It's nice talking to you.
You too. Salamat.
Yeah. The encounter that I face is in the natural form. They are in the natural form. They are physically like us, but they are not afraid of dying, and you know they have a different kind of energy is inside of them that they are not afraid of like blood or dying. They have a light kind of presence. It's a lightning kind of energy inside of them, and they are not afraid of uh, being in this world and to transform. But the thing is, sometimes we are in the natural, we still have family, parents, or sometimes the loved ones surround us. So we have so much love, feelings, but they don't have kind of feelings. They are the lightning kind of energy. They just travel, and they can do whatever they want. They can be however they want. So something that kind of energy, but they transform and being into this in the human form, clothed themselves in the human form and mingle with us. So sometimes it's very hard, Bess, to really, cope with them. But once we start to cope with them, we have that kind of energy lives inside us, and that
Did
really
they,
can,
David? Did they
have
say?
that kind
Did
of
they?
lightning
Yeah,
kind of presence. Yeah, go
lightning.
ahead.
Yes. Did they say how
Go
long?
ahead.
How
Go ahead.
old they? How old did when you met them a couple years ago when they met with you physically? How old were they? Did they say how what their aging process is? How old they are? Did they share any of that?
70 plus.
70 plus
70 plus.
in
Yes. But they
human,
are like 70 plus, but the energy is something like just like 10, 15 years old energy.
but they don't look old. They look like they're young, right?
They don't look old. They don't look like old.
Well, that's because
And
their
they're
vibration.
far much so attractive, like even so attractive, like even even children's uh, beyond children's, they are the how is beyond. That means even like when we see a children, we like them, right? We love them, right? But
Right.
it's beyond them, beyond children. That means you feel so much love for them.
Yeah. Well, they feel a lot of love for you,
Ah.
obviously. You know, you do you have the CE5 app, David? Do you know what the CE5 app is?
What is C5?
Let me explain. As a matter of fact, Vash, you can explain it if you wish, if you
Sure.
want to jump in it. Vash will explain it to you. He's in the U.S.
Basically,
Okay, go
CD5,
ahead.
it means Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Um, Basically, this Dr. Stephen Greer started this, and basically, it's a collective of people that meditate and with peaceful intentions, and they ask the extraterrestrials to appear in the sky, basically by um, peacefully and with peaceful intentions, and just meditating um, and just opening that communication with the ETs. And I've been to a few of them right now, and it's the most amazing. You make very good friends from that, um, and it's an amazing experience, I would say. So, I'm not sure if I said everything I know, but
Yeah. And David, you can download that on your phone. Just go on Google and download
Okay.
on if you have a Android phone, you go on Google Play and download the app. If you have a iPhone, you go on Apple and download the app. It's like $10, 10 US dollars or whatever that translates in Malaysian money. And you'll have the app, and you can, as Bash was saying, there's a networking area where you can connect with other people in Malaysia who are having interest in C5 and having contact. So it's a beautiful thing. So when you get a chance after tonight, download the app on your phone. It's like $10 US, but whatever that is in Malaysian money,
Okay.
and you'll be able to contact other people in that region where you are who are interested.
Yeah, they have,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I'll add to that, David. They have a few areas in the app that will not only help you to connect to like-minded people in your area, that you can contact them safely through the app. And because you have a handle, you have to set up, your own handle when, like we do on TikTok.
Right.
And you
Okay.
can safely connect to them through the CE5 app, so that basically they've had to go through setting up the app themselves, because you're not going to bother going through setting up the app if you're not interested in doing this kind of thing.
Right.
So
Can't hear him. Now I can hear.
so they have you can do the app. You can do the that has that aspect in the app, and then it has the tones, which are meditational tones, which help to bring the encounter, the safe encounter, peaceful encounter closer. But it has an entire protocol that it teaches you, and you can do it yourself. I mean, I did do the CE5 myself for a long time, but I do prefer being in a group, and you may be able to in your area connect to people with like-minded and similar intentions, so that you don't feel so alone, because you're far from the US, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what? I would explore that option and see what happens, and let
Yeah.
us know. Let us know.
Yeah. But
Okay. Okay.
also, David, you already have the
Yeah.
capabilities. This is the one thing that else you definitely download the app. You have the capabilities to contact them
Okay.
through your consciousness. They'll hear your voice. This is the one thing he needs to know this. The app
And
is certainly
absolutely,
good.
you're right. You're right.
You have the ability right
Absolutely, you're
now.
right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely download the app. That'll connect you with other individual men and women in your area who are very much tuned in on the same frequency you are. But you yourself have the ability, which is beautiful. You are like a C5 app. You're in the human form. You can make contact with these humanoids from that other planetary system. And I'd like to, I guess
Yeah.
the teachable moment is sometime through the next few days, I want you to focus on them. I want you to communicate with them in a few days. I want you to mentally just think about them. Say, I send
Yeah.
my love to your civilization. I miss you. I wish to communicate with you. Can we have a meeting maybe once a week, or can we meet next week? Taking care of my mother. And then also ask them if they would come and heal your mom. Can they come and heal
Yeah.
your mom of what's going on? They can.
Yeah.
They have the ability. They will.
Yeah. But the most recent encounter that I had, I think last 2 weeks or last week, I'm not very sure,
Hmm.
that I didn't. They themselves came. They came. Of course, they say when they came, they revealed certain things. This is not in the natural form, but the same person who was I met in the natural form of beings now came in my vision, in my. I wouldn't say it's a dream; it's in a vision. In my deep sleep, he came into my thought, and he reduced 20 years in my age.
Hmm.
Uh,
You say
just
what?
to,
Okay, this is
yeah,
interesting. You said something about reducing age. How did they
yeah.
affect your age? Please repeat that again.
it,
That's
it, it,
interesting.
it, it was like I was feeling that no, he was giving me that kind of okay that kind of imagination that I was going in next reverse 20 age, reversing myself in the 20 years, just to look after my mom because I need more strength.
Hmm. Hmm.
So he was reversing instead of, because okay, these self beings are very conscious and they know about the feelings of the humans, so
Yeah.
they knew that I was not really engaged with them because I have more feelings on this earth. So they came because of out of their love, not my love, is out of their love. They reduced me 20 years age just to make me strong to face the challenge on this earth.
They
It is
redo.
so amazing. But
So
go ahead.
you're saying, David, and everyone hear this. This is encounters. This is extraordinary. Are you saying when you were encountering them that they reduced your
Yeah,
aging process by
yeah,
20 years? Is that
yes.
what you're saying? So they
Because I
reduced
was
your.
disengaged. Yes, because
Good.
yeah.
All right. So they
Hello.
were what he's
Ah,
saying, David,
yeah.
and tell me if I'm correct. the space humanoids that you
Yeah,
met
yeah.
that
Go ahead.
within those 3-year periods, they did something to you to
Yeah.
reduce your age by 20 years, the aging process.
Yes.
So when you're,
Yes.
let's say, so when if you turn 70, you will not even look 70.
No, now I'm 47. So when
Well, I know
I
that.
reduced to age 20, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know whether they increase me the age to the 70. I'm not sure.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
saying is
sure.
that they did something to you to slow your aging process or reduce it, correct?
Yeah, reduce. Yes, yes, yes.
Reduce your aging process. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
That is extraordinary.
yeah. Because this is mainly because of me. This is mainly because of me disengaging with them, and out of their love, they came reducing my age. Uh, by making me even more stronger. These are the things that out of the context of this world, because the world cannot do these things. And of course, as what you say, if I start to encounter with them in the light, in the they, you see, it's in the reverse. Because when you say you want me to engage with them, but they, before I engage with them, they come and engage with me without me
Yeah.
engaging with them, and reduce my age 20 years. You see, they have that
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
amazing.
potential love. And they have that
Yeah,
kind of potential love that even without me expressing my engage thoughts towards engage with them with the thoughts that I have in my internal thoughts, that I still
yeah,
don't really have that kind of or encounter with that kind of possess that kind of encounter with them. But they
yeah.
themselves knew that I'm so weak, and they come and reduce me to 20 reduce
They
20 years.
they
Yeah.
reduced you
So
20 years in the aging process, and they also increased your physical strength. Is that what you're saying?
yes, yes.
Yes, I
Uh, the-
understand that.
the- so you see, sometimes you can understand what I'm trying to say. They are super fast to even knew that. I know I'm afraid of engaging with them, and they themselves out of love come and reduce 20 age. These are the beings that they are so far ahead with what you know. Even without me expressing my internal thought towards because they are I, I may not have my words may not be so expressed beautifully to you, but
Oh, I
the
understand that.
experience that
I understand it. Um, do
they
you?
have so much of. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
when someone's asking in the room here, let me see what it is. Do you feel?
Okay.
Do you your feelings? Do you feel physically 20 years younger? Do you feel that? Someone's asking you that. Do you feel 20 years younger? The feeling. How do you feel?
But I feel so strong. I feel so strong, and I know the it's something that the braveness, the boldness, the kind of courage that I have inside
Hmm.
my soul.
Yeah.
It's it's beyond. Uh, uh, you see, it's not that I'm afraid to go. I'm not afraid of fighting. When something comes to me, I'm not. The courage that I have is not to fight. The courage that I have to face is more stronger than to fight.
Your
The
well,
courage that,
your courage, the courage you have is
that I,
to be who you are now, and to be you are started. You're really a part of the Star family. When I say Star family, David, you're starting to
yeah,
build up. You're having a confidence in yourself that you maybe didn't have before you met them. So you now have a
it,
confidence, right? You feel more confident in yourself.
yes, the courage to face the challenges is more stronger. That means when the challenges comes in, I have the courage. Before the challenges comes in, I already have the energy to face. That means I'm willing to face. That means let the challenge comes, let me face it. I have the courage, not to fight against, because I don't have that grudge. I don't have the to fight
Yeah.
against any. I don't have that. but I have the when somebody is coming with something that is, I wanted to face. Okay, let's face. Let's go ahead. Let's that kind of energy is transformed within my in my inmost being.
Innermost
This
being,
is
yes.
this is surely is from the beings from the universe that I encountered physically
Yes.
and even now in my vision world. So that's how it is.
Yeah, no,
The reading
you're,
age.
you're a beautiful
But
person, David.
now, but now I feel a different kind of vibration within me. Instead of me reducing the age, it's better to me to be with them. It's more happy, but I do not know. Can I be with them?
Oh, you can.
Eh,
Let me say something, David. We're going to have Manders on here in a minute. You definitely can be with
okay.
them now. You now are not afraid anymore. So you can be
Aye.
with them. And if
I'm
they
new
invite
Oh,
here.
you to
I
okay.
go on a
was.
ship, you can be with them, David. And I want you to say hello to Manders. Manders, welcome to Encounters,
Hi.
the late night show. Good
Hello.
evening. Welcome.
Hello, hello. Hi, Amanda. Nice talking to
Hi.
you. Yeah.
I'm
Share your experience.
interested in this.
Now,
I've never experienced anything like that.
No, but I can assure this is something that very strong. This is from the outer space, and this kind of,
mm,
you know,
I just
yeah.
got
you,
here.
Amanda,
I want to hear about it.
is either you want to be with them or either you want to reduce your age. It's just that you can just, that kind of energy they have. They are not like on this earth with the time, with the years that we have.
How do you know? I must have. Well, I just got here, like I said.
Just here.
Good,
He's
good.
Yeah,
had
I just
contact for
got
three
here.
years. Oh, so let me give you a really quick update. He had 3 years of contact with humanoids. They look just like us. They come from beyond Earth. They're very advanced spiritually, and if they
Like they
want to
look
do,
like humans.
they look like humans, and they can heal people. If they wanted, they can do healings as well. They have that
Oh,
ability. They child,
okay.
but
Yeah.
so they are
Okay.
human. They're not like looking like big-eyed people or whatever. They're humans because there are plenty of human beings in space that are spiritually advanced that look just like us.
Well, of course. I mean,
Yeah,
I would expect nothing less. I would think more actually.
yeah. Probably about 95% of the multiverse beings are like us, but at a more advanced vibrational level. So yeah, and it's just let people know this is Encounters, the late night UFO talk show. If you have not joined or subscribed to my TikTok, please subscribe. We're raising money for night vision equipment. We have 31 subscribers. We're trying to get up to 100. So if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe for a month, 2 months. If you haven't done gifting, if you have TikTok coins, 1,000 coins will give us a galaxy or anything over 1,000. Any of the gifts that you want to gift to us here would be phenomenal, and we would certainly appreciate it with the work we do here on Encounters. My radio show, just to give people knowledge, Sunday morning we do a radio show called The Cosmic Eye, and it's a Ashtar Command radio show called Ashtar Command Radio Cosmic Eye, and all that kind of stuff. So we're glad to have everybody here with us. It's coming up to about 1 o'clock on the East Coast. We'll be signing off at 1 o'clock for tonight's show. We started at 11. We're going to 1. And we want to thank David for being here. David, I'm following you. Follow me back on your
Yeah.
TikTok. And Grace can follow
Okay.
you, and you follow Grace. And we want to, I want you to really take the time to meditate, focus on the space beings, and invite them to come back. If it's just like once a week, if you communicate within your consciousness, they will heal. They will hear. I almost said they will heal you. They will hear you, and you can actually interact with them.
Yeah. Correct.
All right. Will you do that?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
and Commander, I have a question. Do you have any idea what's happening with our CE5? I know our weather is looking a little poor again for this week.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait till the weather is a weekend of sun and clear skies at night. I've been monitoring the weather patterns in New England here, and they're just not working for us. This weekend again, more rain. So, we'll get there. We just have to wait.
I know. Like today the sky was phenomenal. Did you
Oh yeah.
did you have the billowy, intense cloud formations today out
Oh
by
yeah, they were
you?
crazy. Yeah.
It was just phenomenal. We had one side of the sky was raining and then the other sky was sunny. I didn't see a rainbow though. I was probably on the, maybe it was on the other side of the house. But it was fantastic. But that was David's story. It was super inspirational. Super
Hmm.
inspirational. And I have one night we have to do a time travel we have to invite some people in uh and talk more about time travel because I feel like that whole hopping on the storm and the lightning is so Freaky Friday, right? You remember the movie Freaky Friday? Doesn't it remind you of that?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
we got down the rabbit hole.
Down the
I knew he'd be
rabbit
on.
hole, coming in late.
Uh, he's coming. He's a late rabbit, and this show is
Hey,
being
James.
recorded. This show will be on YouTube by tomorrow. If you missed any part of this show, which is phenomenal, you're going to be able to watch the whole thing on YouTube on like Ashtar Command Spaceship News channel. Hey, James, welcome to the late night show, and you are late night.
Commander, I have some exciting news for you.
Can I
I
Let's
can't
hear
wait
it.
to hear this.
Let's hear it. Let's
And
hear it.
Riley, what we're gonna Riley say hello. Riley,
yeah,
we'll get Riley in here, and then we're gonna have my co-host share exciting news.
yeah. If I thank you for having me up real quick. I want to just be real quick so down the rabbit hole can go into a long story. I just wanted to
It's not
say
a long story. It's really quick.
no, not meaning bad, meaning I really want to hear it as well. I just wanted to say something to David. I know we're wrapping up the end of the night too, and also mention something to Skip and to you, Commander. When you listen to his story about weather and CE5ing and everything, it almost seems like it doesn't really matter what the weather's like as long as your equipment isn't getting damaged. Meaning, like if you set up some kind of tent and this and that, and you might go out and it might not be the best weather where you can see the sky. Something tells
Hmm.
me that it won't matter that we can't see because we'll still make contact, if that makes any
Right.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
agree.
we can do that, but we've had
Amen.
rain up here in
Yeah.
New England.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
would like
just
you to
gets
Texas. It's
really
perfectly clear
inclement.
by me.
Riley, where are you from? Where are you in the US?
I'm in Texas, close to Austin.
Yeah, so it gets the weather up here when it gets rainy, it gets really damp. It's really some can be difficult.
Yeah.
But we've had a CE5 outing with rain and cloud coverage and stuff. We've definitely had that was the night actually I had my encounter and I had the healing happen. We had that
Yeah.
huge black cloud come in over the sound.
Well,
It
when he started mentioning about lightning, and that's when he starts feeling a vibration or a sense come over him that he's going to have an encounter, like a uncontrollable, like
Yep.
desire, or he knows he starts feeling that oh no, this is going to happen. And I just wanted to say to you, David, there's a couple of things like I guess there are people that if you can stay around Commander that will help you understand what you're experiencing, because it sounds like without any knowledge you've had these encounters and not knowing
Yeah.
how to describe it to people, which is completely understandable. And I had that kind of same sensation when I started before I ever jumped on TikTok even. Is that you
Okay.
can't you almost had what many call a near death experience. It's not that you necessarily passed away, but that is what you similarly describe.
Yeah.
So that, and also a thing
Correct.
called astral projection. If you can look into that, like kind of on your own time, you might see some of the things that help you now not be afraid. So when Commander's telling you to maybe reconnect, maybe gather some to calm yourself so that you understand kind of like that you're not crazy and you've
Yeah,
got a gift.
So I have a quick question for David. David,
go ahead.
did you, when you had your experience, did you feel like you were leaving your body like an astral projection, or like, because that's what astral projection is? Did
Yeah.
you
And
actually feel like you were leaving?
when I met this kind of being in a natural, when he start to share and that kind of vibration that comes into my the desire is just like that kind of vibration is something that taking me out of this world. So the likeness of the world is no more there. Even today is no more there.
Got it. So it
But
was like
of
you
course,
had an astral encounter. Sounds more like an astral encounter than maybe a near-death experience, but you were conscious, right? You were not sleeping or dreaming or anything, right?
no dreaming. Because you see, that's what I really, make myself that I'm not imagining, I'm not pondering, or I'm not dreaming in the
Right.
daytime.
Right.
It
So
Yeah.
fully
that
conscious.
means I am is something I'm fully conscious, awake,
Uh,
and that kind of being kind encountering me. That's why I can't stop myself. I
Yeah.
can't
yeah.
stop
Yeah.
Yeah,
myself being
Yeah.
in something.
let me clarify what I meant by that. If he looks into near death experiences, it's not exactly the same because nothing happened to him, but it might help him kind of picture or kind of put together in English what he's experiencing by watching looking into the people like talking about their near death experiences, or like even being in this room we get to hear other people's actual encounters.
Yeah,
It
that's a
could
good
help him.
idea,
So,
Riley. I
so
definitely
definitely
agree with that.
stick around, David. You will learn a lot. And maybe Commander's mentioning, reconnect. You won't necessarily need to reconnect right now, but I think you hanging around this channel, you found your safe spot, and it will help you educate you by hearing other people's knowledge. And then you'll be like, oh, I get it now. And then when
And
you
you know
do
what?
want to have that comfort and reconnect, you'll know it.
And we also got a lot of education tonight with David because he actually met them
Yeah,
physically, so
yeah.
we can learn a lot from him too. And let's take a little moment. We have some exciting news. We have something very
They,
big
they,
that's going to be
they,
happening in November, and I want to get my co-host on here because this is really important. Go ahead, James.
All right. So
Let me put you on the big screen. Hold on a minute.
put it
Let
on
me
the
get
big
you on there.
screen. This is one of the ads here. It
Your
says
mind free the
it
world.
says free your mind, free the world.
Oh
And
wow.
when everybody gets off the live tonight, they can go on to your TikTok page and see the video that I tagged you in.
Oh good. And
And
can you repeat the date of the event so we'll make sure
and
that
the
we're
special
connecting with a lot of
announcement
people?
is, so I know we're gonna do it at 10 a.m. November 12th, but we've got people all over the world. So on my live or Commanders at 5 p.m. on Sunday as well, we're gonna do a meditation. So we're gonna have two meditations that day.
Too. So everyone here, this is going to be amped up news all the time when we're on live.
Wow.
We're going to pass it on. We're going to FYP it all over the TikTok world. And we're going to invite millions of people around the world to join us. All right.
Can't
It's going
wait.
to be the most important thing we're doing based on what's going on in the Middle East, based on all the arguments people are having on TikTok. There's at least 5 or 10 different discussions. Some of them are trying to bridge some peace gaps. Others are just saying who owns who and whose land is who. They're just
Go
not getting it.
James. Go
We're going to
James.
we're going to do something way, way more different, more elevated. And the Ashtar Command with us is going to be participating in this concept of what we're going to do. We're going to bring the biggest social media gathering of galactic levels of peace to have people on TikTok understand whether you're from Palestine, whether you're from Israel, whether you're from whatever, it makes no difference. People are going to come together here and they're going to join us in a worldwide gathering of the cosmic. And we're going to hopefully bring people together to realize it's not about land. It's not about whether you live in Tel Aviv or whether you live in Gaza. What matters is that people need to start learning to love one another. And that's what the cosmic thing of this inspiration is to teach people to love each other. I don't care if you think you own Israel and that's your land. The thing is, the earth is the earth. And if you're taken off planet, the earth is the earth. And that's what people on earth need to realize. It's no one's land. Nobody owns anything. We have this thing about owning things. We think we own the houses, we have the apartment buildings, we own the condo, we own the beach. We don't own anything. It's an illusion. It's a fantasy. What we're going to do is a galactic gathering of all the people on TikTok that wish to join us. And we hope to have at least a couple of thousand or more people that will come and join us. We want to make it so crowded that everyone's going to sit here in wherever they are around the world and actually listen to some cosmic sense. Now, understand the word I just said, not common sense, cosmic sense. Cosmic sense. Not earth-based arguments, not anyone saying, I own this part of Israel. When you deal with the dirt has no borders. You know, when you bomb a building with people in it, it has no borders. So we're going to gather and we're going to invite people to join us. And that's going to be coming up as you just saw the poster. Once I get that and I'm tagged in it, we're going to share that with all these groups. I'm going to try to get
I'll
in.
do a
I'm going to
bunch
try to
of
get in
different
some of
posts.
the, what, James?
I said I'll do a bunch of different posts for it. I'll do individuals. I'll do group pictures, and there's an actual video. It's like a commercial. I
Good.
went back in time to the 1940s and got a reporter to report about the government scrambling because the light workers of the world are uniting, and we've got a nice report video to share.
Right. So that'll be good too. And we're going to FYP this thing all over TikTok because there's just too much conflict and verbal conflict and misunderstandings and people that have passionate feelings and anger. And what our whole thing with the Ashtar Command is, this is going to be separate from encounters. This is going to be really an Ashtar energy field of light. And so, yeah, I just brought in Andy as we're winding down for tonight. Andy, welcome to our show Encounters.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay, just want to make sure. And what would you like to share with us? Where are you at? What part of the planet?
So I'm from New York.
Oh, great. And what would you like to share with us tonight on Encounters?
Honestly, I was just swiping through lives and I came across yours and I couldn't agree with you further on everything you've said so far.
Oh, thank you very much. We're definitely going to follow you. I don't know if we are following you, but we will. And we're definitely going to follow you. We have this show on, this is the #1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media. So I'm glad you found us. We're usually at
Awesome.
this hour here, and sometimes we're on in the morning during the day, but we usually get on at 11 p.m. just so you can write that down or whatever. And we talk about people's visitations by space people. David in Malaysia just shared his story for 3 years of human beings that are spiritual that have visited him. And so that's what we do here, just so you know. And I'm a contactee. I come from Mars originally. I'm fully activated, so I share a lot myself about what's going on the planet and all my knowledge. I do healing stuff, Christ consciousness work. There's a lot of things I do, plus a radio show. So between all that and more, I'm like a galactic cosmic book.
I love it.
You know, so, and have you had any experiences in your life yourself?
I mean, I try to stay very in tune with um, my spiritual side. And actually, who was that? Down the rabbit hole podcast. They
Yeah,
have
he's my
the
co-host.
symbol for the Eye of Ra. So like I just started
Hello.
like learning about that and like how it protects you. And
Hmm.
I don't know, I'm really interested in this type of stuff. So
This is great.
yeah,
And we want you to join us when we have our worldwide meditation for peace in between that. Let me see who's.
I would love
I'm not
that.
sure what that's. So this is the release of our information. We've been planning this out for a few days because of the war and the bombings going on in Gaza and the people on the other side that were killed too by people that just had no respect for human life. And so we don't take
Hmm.
sides with either country. Our goal is I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command, and our goal is to bring people together and say that we do not want to see any more people killed, no matter where they are. It just happens to be in the Middle East. This has to stop, and people need to start loving each
Yeah,
other and coming together.
yeah, I agree with you completely. I think it's crazy how like how you were saying, and what it comes down to is it's just evil, man. It's just like, it comes
Yeah,
down to control and greed. And what you were saying, like nobody owns that land.
nobody does.
No, yeah, and like just like we just need to lay our weapons down and just live.
Yeah. And you know what? We need to lay the weapons down, and the only weapon we should be using is the weapon of love. That's
Yeah,
the strongest weapon. The other weapons we need to lay down. You're absolutely correct. The
Yeah,
weapon that we need to
absolutely.
use is the weapon of love.
And we need
Commander.
to get together and unite and continue our meditations and thought, placing our thoughts into the ethers, good intentions, and to just continue as a collective to build uh, our spiritual lives, really just create and I came across something very interesting today, and I've been kind of working on this, studying protection. Energy field protection is huge right now for everyone, for all of the light
Yeah.
workers, for everyone in the room. Please check in with yourself every day, daily, and do a put a protective force field around your body.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You need to.
It's
Burn some
huge.
sage.
Huge. It's more imperative now than ever. During the times of World War II and during the times of all the, our past wars, and people didn't have that understanding. They prayed, but they didn't really understand that they could protect their energetic fields
Yeah.
from an influx of negativity.
Hey, Grace.
Yeah.
Part of, part of the theme of the video is calling all light workers, a call to arms for all superheroes, because we are all superheroes.
Yeah.
I like that message. I just would say I wouldn't say it's call to arms because I
No,
would
it
take out
doesn't
the
say
arms.
call to arms in the video at all.
Yeah, there's that. But I wanted to say something because I think this is important for you, Commander, David and Andy, because you're both slightly new here.
Hmm.
Just a reminder that Commander records these and then puts them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is going on YouTube too.
Yeah, so
Thanks.
he's got other ones. So if people are new to this channel and kind of want to learn how big this channel really is, you got to see what people have shared with us, and there's a lot of knowledge on this channel. And Commander's going to blow up. This is a time we really need this kind of gathering, and this is important.
Yeah,
And
totally.
I'm just extending. I have a new poster here. Peace in the Middle East with a little dove. I'm
I
going to
love
switch
it.
back over. But we are definitely winding down. I first want to thank David in Malaysia. Thank you, David, for
Yeah,
coming here. I hope you'll come
yeah, you're
here
welcome.
and share stuff. And I hope you'll share when you make recontact with those space beings. I want you to come here. You're always welcome here from Malaysia. And I really thank you
Yeah,
for sharing your story too.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me in your channel.
No,
Try
brother,
to.
you're now a friend of the show. You're part of our what's that? What you say? Our cosmic family of viewers here on
Cosmic
Encounter.
Pride.
So you're always welcome here.
Yeah.
So we definitely thank you.
It's
And we're gonna be,
David,
kind of
thank
calling it a
you.
night. It's 1:12 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, good night,
Riley,
everyone.
thanks for being here. I want to
When
thank
everybody
Grace,
gets off this
David,
live, they better go to
uh,
my page and share the videos.
and Andy. I hope you'll
Yeah.
join us and be a regular watcher. And if you ever want to come on and you have an encounter or anything cosmically inspirational you want to share, you're more than welcome to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'm so glad I found you guys.
Yep, I just friended you. And everybody, I want all my guests on here to friend Andy as well. And we want to thank everyone for being on. We'll be putting this on YouTube. Take care. Have a great night, folks. We're going to go off planet, and we'll see you again on Encounters tomorrow night.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care.